Hey, Josh. It sounds like you had 4 different offensive line coaches in college. I'm wondering, did that affect you developmentally, having to switch pretty often between coaches?
A little bit. I think with me having 4 line coaches, I was able to, take, certain things that they taught me and that I liked, and infuse it into my game. And I feel like that's kind of what made my game whole today. I took, each day from each coach that I was able to put in and, and still use those tools, which make my game what it is right now.
Hey, Josh, it's Josh Weintraub with ESPN. Brandon Jones and Dana have had a long history with Cliff. What did they tell you that you already didn't know about him? How did they prepare you for coming here and playing under him?
Well, after the draft, and I talked to my O-line coach, he said our system is pretty much the same. Kind of some of the same calls, some of the same runs and passes. So he was just preparing me for that, just letting me know that it's kind of similar, so I shouldn't have too much of a learning curve. So I know they're kind of pretty tight and they're coming from under the same tree, so I was happy, I was able to get over here with Coach Cliff.
Josh, Scott Bordeaux from The Athletic. Good to see you again. I'm curious, are you still upset about where you were drafted, or are you past that and now thinking I came into a really good situation in Arizona in a system that I'm, pretty comfortable with?
I'm past it now, man. I mean, but it's still, it's still inside me. I'm still driven by it, man. That was just a tough day for me, but I was able to get picked up by this great organization under kind of the same tree as Dana and my line coach. And I'm happy I was able to come out there. It's going to be good weather. I'm happy I'm not upstate freezing or nothing right now. So, no, it's all good.
Next 3 questions would be Bob McManaman, Colin Harmon, and Kyle Odegaard.
Hey, Josh, I'm curious about just what you think about an offensive line continuity, communication, trust, the way guys kind of bond, and how your personality will kind of blend in with a guy like DJ Humphries, who's kind of a movie buff in his own right, wants to be in front of the camera, not behind it, but pretty colorful personality. Do you see a good relationship there?
Definitely, man. Maybe we can go out, we can, draw some criticism on each move and see what we got, man. But, I'm just happy, excited to get in the room. I know there's a lot of great guys in that room. They already reached out to me, and are welcoming me already. I'm easy to get along with. I work hard, so I should be able to, come in that room and create those bonds with those guys.
Hey, Josh, Colin Harmon, ABC 15. Hope you're doing well. How have the last 5 days been for you, and has there been a realization moment yet where you realize, all right, I'm in the league now?
Not yet. I mean, I know I'm in the league. I'm an Arizona Cardinal. But, kind of with COVID, I'm still being at home, not being able to go up to the facility and get started kind of the traditional way. I feel like it hasn't hit me yet.
Josh, how comfortable are you in this type of offense that you obviously ran last year? And I'm wondering in the pre-draft process, if you were looking at more pro-style stuff, wondering if you'd have to switch over to some of the more traditional NFL offenses?
Man, I was not thinking about, no scheme or system, going into the draft, because I'm a very versatile player. I feel like I can do it all. I'm just happy. I'm kind of getting back into the same system I ran in this past season where I had so much success. So I'm able to get out there and perform really well.
Next 3 questions would be Catherine Fitzgerald, Tressa Tudrick, Josh Weinfuss.
Hey, Josh, Catherine from the Republic. I was wondering how you think the virtual aspect of this offseason will go, both from learning the playbook, but also getting to know your team when you're doing it over, Microsoft Teams instead of in real life.
Learning the playbook isn't. That's kind of the thing I kind of get. Comes easy to me after studying and reviewing stuff. But it is hard, getting to know my teammates a little bit more. Just with the situation, everybody has to stay at home. Because I like to, get in with those guys and learn them. Develop those bonds and those friendships. So I just can't wait, to be able to get up there to Arizona and get started.
Hi, Josh Tredrick from 3TV CBS5. Two-part question. One, how has life been post the draft? And two, have there been any players in particular that you've dealt with or bonded with or who reached out to you early on?
Nothing too crazy since the draft, man. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still getting my workouts in. Added this playbook and learning the system and meetings with Coach Kruger. But nothing too crazy. I'm sorry. What was your second question?
Just are there any players in particular that you've dealt with or who reached out to you right away that you feel like that you can rely on or get to know better?
Definitely. DJ Humphries texted me after the draft. Marcus Gilbert texted me after the draft. So they just wanted to be able to welcome me in, put me in contact with them. So it's an open connection, so I can call them anytime if I need anything. Get ready to pick their brains and how to become a true pro. So.
Hey, Josh, if they move you to right tackle, what will that transition be like for you? Is it just simply as easy as just reversing everything that you've been doing over the course of your career? What will go into it for you personally to switch from left to right?
Like I said, I'm pretty good with the playbook, with understanding, both sides and where people are going everywhere. No matter if it's guard or center or attack, I can understand, the functions and the scheme. But for me, it's just getting the technique down. Switching over in my brain, knowing that I'm kicking from where to load my feet, on my kickstand, so where, my steps are going from when I'm going, on a down block or anything like that. That's probably the main thing. Just be able to flip the technique.
Up next are Richard Steins, Bob McManaman, and Catherine Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Josh, Richard Steins from. I just want to kind of piggyback on that last question you just had. With your versatility and the possibility of switching to another position, would it be beneficial because of this unique time where you might have more time to adjust to a new position, or will it be more difficult because of this unique time where you won't have the chance to work out with the team or a coach individually, personally?
I say it's a little bit of both. With this time, I'm able to work both sides, work both left and right. So when I get up there, I'm a little bit, prepared, and no matter wherever they put me. But as far as working with the team and working with Coach Kruger, every coach has different techniques and different ways they want you to do stuff. I feel like that's just the part I'm missing out on right now. Just a hands-on approach of, learning the footwork and, learning the steps and how they want us to take it. So,
Josh, give us a deeper dive into that fascination with the movies that you have, and if it could be a part of your post-career. I know you're only a rookie right now, but what's the fascination? What's the history? Why you dig it so much?
Man, I don't know, man. Over the years, you watch a whole bunch of movies, but as I found myself going back and back again to the movie theater, I was like, man, I really like me some movies, man. So I started diving deep into actors. Like I said, Leonardo's my favorite. Will Smith's one of my favorite. Denzel's, amazing. I just love, a creation of art, really any creation of art. And, that's a director's way of putting his ideas in his head, on screen, on film, with some great actors that can be able to perform it. I love, good movie for sure.
Josh, going back to just that you enjoy diving into the playbook and everything, what's your learning style like on that, especially, when it's so different nowadays?
Well, first I like to, get the whatever we're learning, whatever installed beforehand. So I'm able to review it, look over it before, we get in there and install it. Then once we install it, go out there, walk through it. And then by the time, we go through practice 1, practice 2 with it, I should have it down. So.
Next three are Jess Root, Josh Weinfuss, Omar Ruiz.
Hey, Josh, this is Jess from Partswire.com. Couple questions. One, I've heard you describe, I can't remember what Steve Kime said, or he's quoting someone, that you have quiet feet and loud hands when you play. What does that mean for you? And two, who are some players in the league that you just try to emulate and you compare yourself to as you enter the league?
Man, with the quiet feet, man, I think, that refers back to basketball, man. I'm able to move my feet with the best of them, especially with those great DMs that they have in the league right now. Being able to stay in front of those guys and move my feet and be able to keep, the quarterback clean. And then with my hands, man, just being powerful with my strike, being strong with my hands. Not, playing kind of mind games with my hands with the line, throwing one, throwing two, hit him in the chin, whatever it takes. I like my favorite player in the league is Lane Johnson. His style, his commitment to the game, man. I'm watching him all day long. I actually had, our film guy go put on his O-line, all the Eagles O-line clips on our Thundercloud, so I was able to watch him. Just his motivation, his true athleticism. He's probably a little bit more athletic than me, but I try to bottle my game after him, watching him play. So. Awkward.
Okay, we'll move on to Omar Ruiz.
Hey, Josh, congratulations, man. Did you say what your favorite movie was?
Inception.
Oh, nice. Good one. Hey, I was just curious. I know you came out of the same high school class as Kyler Murray. Just curious if you had a relationship with him at all, kind of what you know of him and your thoughts of now joining a team led by him.
Because what school you went to? You went to what school in Texas?
Allen? I know
Allen.
he's from Allen.
Yeah, he's from Allen, man. And all you hear, man, is just a legend up there, man. I don't think he lost one game. Went to every, state playoff, state championship, man. And I just know he's a winner, man. He goes out there to win each and every game, and he performs at such a high level. So, he was kind of like a myth and a legend down there in Texas. We used to turn on his highlight tape, which would look absolutely crazy. But, just watching him, come out in our class, man, I know he was like the top player in our class. So he was really an incredible player for sure.
All right, we'll wrap it up with Kyle, Tressa, and Catherine.
Josh, I read that you considered transferring before this last season. Wondering what kind of you were thinking at that point, and if you're glad that you stayed at Houston and how everything worked out after that.
So going, into the summer, I was thinking, like you said, I was thinking about transferring. I actually transferred to Oklahoma, just because, kind of like the stigma of, I didn't play against any good players. Kind of like the Power 5 and non-Power 5 conference. I was able to go showcase my talents, at supposedly a higher level. But I decided to stay, decided to finish it with, where I started. I'm happy, man. I'm happy I made that decision. I don't regret it. It was a great decision. I was able to come back and, lead my team. Even though we didn't have a great season, man, I was able to come back and learn a lot, push myself, push my body, build those relationships with Dana and Coach Jones, man. And I was able to go out there and have a great senior year. So I'm happy I was able to stay and finish at the University of Houston.
Hey, Josh, I know you mentioned that your favorite movie of all time is Inception, but what is your favorite sports movie and why?
Favorite sports movie? I'd probably say that's tough, man. I might have to just go with a classic, man. Friday Night Lights, man. Just that true passion, true emotion they showed throughout the whole movie. Giving a good description, kind of how football was at that time, man. They was able to, show it well on the screen and show it well on the film. And it's one of the great sports movies.
I also have a movie question. What are you watching these days? And are you watching movies like Contagion that have to do with pandemics? Or are you avoiding those?
No, I have not cut on Contagion yet. I keep seeing it. And I keep seeing it on there, but I don't think I'm gonna watch it. Right now, I'm just trying to go. I've been feeling throwbacks lately. I've been watching a lot of 80s, 90s movies, man. Just because they made some great movies back then. You didn't know what was gonna happen. I feel like every movie now, you can kind of tell what happened, so you can kind of tell what how it's gonna end. So those movies back then, it's unpredictable. Have some great screenwriting.